Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you are not new here, I just want to come and do a quick video about working for TSA and maybe answer some of the questions I've been getting in just one video. I'm willing to do more, but today I'm going to cover the pros and cons of working for TSA. So if you see me looking over there, then I'm just looking at my list so that I can stay organized and on track. So that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching this video. Okay, so I'm going to go pro, con. Let's start with why we all want to work for TSA, for us who do work for TSA. The benefits: PTO, paid time off, the TSP plan, and the health benefits. And also like the 401k. I guess that all kind of fall under like a 401k or whatever, the TSP part, like the savings and all of that. Okay, so that's a pro because it's really good benefits. I have the government health care right now, and then for my dental I have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I don't use it as much as I want to, but like my goal for 2025 is to actually use my benefits more. You know, not just when like something goes wrong or whatever, just like utilize it, because you are paying something toward it, but they're just like matching it or whatever. So can't forget, like can't leave out the health benefits because that's a big thing that people love. Okay, a con. This is like timely because this just took effect like last year in November, starting for Thanksgiving. They kind of gave us mandatory overtime. We had to come in one of our off days to help with the crowd because they were expecting some large numbers, so we had to do mandatory overtime, and a lot of people were upset about that. And I kind of was like a little annoyed because they picked your day for you, but then the second time around they did give you the option to pick your own day. So when they did it for the Christmas holiday round, I just went ahead and picked my own day, you know. So that could really mess some people up. So that's, and I feel like they're going to keep doing it now. So like that is something to keep in mind, that they may make you do mandatory overtime. And just think about if you live far from the job and everything. Yeah, that's not fun. And then number 2 pro is job security. I feel like this is a job that is really hard to get fired from. Like a lot of jobs have like a point system, but this job, like you could be late a lot and it takes a long time before something happens, before like you get a write-up or something. And I'm not condoning being late or, you know, being negligent, but I'm just saying like it's harder to get fired from this job. You have to really do something like really crazy and stupid to get fired from this job. So I would say job security is my number 2 pro. Okay, so my second con is seniority based scheduling. Okay, so when you come in, you may not have the best schedule. You may have, like, for example, most people like weekends off, I would think, or most people like Sunday, Monday off, Saturday, Sunday off. You may come in working, matter of fact, let me retract. You may come in with a good schedule while you're like a phase 1 worker, before you're a fully certified officer, because you can only do certain stuff. But then when it's time for you to be it, you're not going to get good days. Like you're going to get, because when you're a phase 1 worker, you're kind of like an extra, you know, so they kind of like give you like a good schedule. But once it's time for you to get in a bid with everybody else who's been here like way longer than you, you're going to get more like a Tuesday and a Wednesday, or like a Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. Like it's going to be hard for you to get like a Sunday, Monday off. However, a lot of people at this job, they don't like having Sundays off because they like that Sunday dip that you get. You do get paid more for working on Sundays with TSA. So that's something to keep in mind too if you know, need some extra money. Okay, so my third pro is decent pay. So I touched on this in my last video about TSA. The pay is pretty decent. Like, it's been since I started this job, salary has gone up almost $30,000. So that's pretty good. I would say that's a decent pay. It's more than I was making at my last job. It's always more money that you could make, but I think for a job where you have good benefits and you don't need more than like a high school education or a GED, I think it's a good paying job. As of last year, all around TSA, they gave us a raise, so that was nice. So this is a good time to come in. So another con is you could get complacent here. Like, I feel like this is a good job to start at, like to get your foot in the government. But if you're a person that's kind of like ambitious, I would say like you could get a little complacent and comfortable at this job. So I would say if you decide to start working for TSA, then just have a plan. Like, be mindful of how long you want to stay, what you want to accomplish while you're here, and then maybe like move on in the government. If you're like a person who, you know, wants to like climb up, you know, and you stay in a 9-to-5 and you don't really care about being like an entrepreneur, but you want to like go higher in your career, right? So it's a good starting point. And if you choose to stay for however many years, that's fine too, if that's for you. Okay, so available overtime at some locations. Available overtime, like these last, I would say since like the summertime, overtime galore. Like, overtime galore. They're pretty much begging people to come in. Like, so that tells you that we're short and they need workers, but like they're like practically begging people to come in. So overtime, that's really good money when you work overtime, because you get time and a half on top of like your regular pay. So overtime, that's like, you know, some people work 2 jobs. I feel like if you work enough overtime, you can really, you know, reach some financial goals. You know, you can really pay off debt. You can, you know, move. You can travel. So I think that's a really good one for people who like to work overtime and just get as much as they can, as much financial gain as they can out of a job. Overtime. Not all locations offer overtime, because we just had a girl at our airport say that she was here for overtime because her airport doesn't offer overtime. So disclaimer, not all, but some locations offer overtime. Okay, so another con is testing and extensive training. So you have to, like, okay, so let me just say this: the tests are not hard. The tests are not hard. Like, even the tests to come into TSA, to start working for TSA, like, I feel like a lot of people stress out about that, but the test is not hard. It just may not be what you expect them to test you on. If I could remember, the computer-based test was about grammar, wordplay, like, and it's like trick questions, you know, like that type of stuff. But it wasn't like hard questions. It was just like they want to make sure that you can comprehend stuff, if that makes sense. So it wasn't that hard. But then when you go into your phase 2 training, it's more like training to learn how to work the x-ray and how to do pat downs and, you know, stuff like that. So it's information overload a little bit, but it's like it's not even a big deal, because the people around you will help you. The seasoned workers around you will help you, and not even just the seasoned ones, but just the people who they just learned that and now they can teach you. So that's be encouraged that it's not like you're not alone. Basically, you're not alone. You can feel really alone in the training process, but if you have a good group, then you're going to be okay. So then you have a training class that's like every quarter or like every other quarter, where you have to do, like, you have to sit there and engage and everything, and then take more like x-ray tests. People don't really like that, but I mean, when you really think about it, it is making you better. It's stressful. Nobody wants to fail tests and stuff like that, but it honestly does make you better when it comes to being on the floor, like for real. But nobody really, nobody really want to go to training, Again, it's like a break off the floor, off the checkpoint. So people like it. Some people like it, some people don't. Okay, so another pro is promotion. You have opportunities to be promoted. You can start off as a TSO, be a lead, be a supervisor, be a manager, all the way up. Like, that's why I said this is a starting point, but you can, and also from a TSO to a supervisor is a significant pay raise, and a supervisor to a manager is a significant pay raise. And they also offer like, they help you with schooling, which I haven't taken advantage of that yet, but maybe one day I will. So say you do want to do something within TSA, like that's maybe like a 6-figure paying job or like a higher paying job, you could be a TSO and just go to school to learn new skills and having a highest paying job, And another con is now this is a little light, but this, like, unattentive, irate, and anxious passengers. Like, people do not listen. Like, you learn that people do not listen. Most of the time it's like funny, you can brush it off, but then there's more serious cases at other airports. And we did have an officer at our airport kind of get tackled. It was nothing serious. The guy was drunk, so he was weak, but yeah, we did have like stuff like that happen. So just dealing with the public, if you have a problem dealing with the public and you don't really have a lot of patience, I'm not going to say don't apply for this job, because this job may be the thing to teach you patience. I don't know. So last but not least, the pro is relocation and transferring. Once you for TSA for 6 months, I believe. Yeah, 6 months. You could travel anywhere. You could go anywhere you like. 6 months. I don't know why I'm thinking a year, but I'm pretty sure it's 6 months. After 6 months, you can go to any airport you want. So say you get married and your significant other wants to move, you don't have to worry about, oh, my job. You could just transfer to TSA in their airport. So yeah, so I think relocation and being able to transfer, that's pretty dope. I think that about covers everything that I wanted to mention in this video today. If you have any questions, then please leave them below, and to make more videos about the TSA process. If you just have travel questions to make your traveling experience more smooth, then put them below. But otherwise, please leave a like, comment, and think about subscribing to more travel-based TSA job content. So hope this helped, and good luck to you and prayers for you if you are thinking about applying for TSA. Bye.